Two of the most bastardized words in our language today are love and God. And I find it kind of odd that depending on what you believe in, you'll see on Sundays that these two words are often interchangeable. You may hear a preacher say God is love, but then somehow Monday through Saturday in relationships, love is never enough. Premeditated resentments, also known as expectations, block the God in you, or should I say the love. It gets confusing because how can an all-encompassing being or term never be enough? No, I'm not a religious buff. Previously I was, but now I look on from a distance. And I wince at these instances. And I used to get into these relationships because these are the so-called good people. But once you break down the barrier, you only realize that they're playing the character. There's nothing. Nothing besides physicalities. Vacuous in nature, only staying above the surface. Playing hard to get in the beginning, now playing hard to keep while we're in it. Using circular reasoning as some form of relationship seasoning, but it's still bland, uninteresting. But to no avail, oftentimes love is for sale, but for me, I don't want to buy anything. And I can go on and on to continue this poem about how someone did me wrong, but that's unaccountability's favorite love song. And it was amazing discovery to see that you attract who you are, not who you perceive yourself to be, an actual wake up to the reality that in order to start feeling something, I had to first start feeling me. An amazing philosophy adopted by a former blind man that can now see. And along the way, little hints reassure me that she's coming. And with no doubt in my mind, I will never have to say at any time, damn, I just want to feel something. Thank you.
My mind is a dark and awful place. All the thoughts I want to erase, I pace and pace to find the phrase to edit and replace the voices that lay me to waste. This peace is a peek behind the curtain. The peace I seek is far from certain. Release from deep so I'm no longer hurting. I cease the weak effort because it's just not fucking working. I step on a stage and I bare my soul in a desperate attempt to fill this hole. And when I start to feel like I'm getting on a roll, another battle wages and I feel its toll. A mental state keeps me awake. I sealed my fate. I fear it's too late. Let me be DOA. Please don't resuscitate. Free me from the weight because I fear it's too late. I feel the anxiety boil inside of me. Are those who are kind to me just simply lying? Why am I so fucking broken? Why must I read into what's unspoken instead of just simply trusting what's in the open? I'm exhausted, but I'm hoping that the pieces of me scattered on every stage that I touch gets picked up by the people whose times are tough and take that piece with them when the demons play too rough and know that I'm here when you're going through your stuff. Our shoes may not be the same size, but we walk similar paths. We march side by side as we walk from our past to the horizons that feel far from our grasp until the sun shines and we can relax. In these green pastures, free from this sorrow, and we can repay ourselves for all the time that we borrowed, refill the depths that survival made us hollow, and feel the peace of a hopeful tomorrow. Thank you.
I always wanted to be Daddy's little girl. A father's love is supposed to hit different. Even though mine was present most of the time, it always seemed like there was a piece missing. I never had that father-daughter dance where he holds my hand and we bust a move getting lost in our groove on the dance floor. I never had that talk about how a man is supposed to treat you, the way he's supposed to greet you, and simple gestures like making sure he opens up the door. I always wanted to look out into the stands and see my father being my #1 fan as he cheered me on from his seat on my birthday. I dreamed of him holding the cake while everyone sings, and a large grin is gracing my cheeks instead. I was met with phone calls, letters, and visits to him behind bars because he much rather run the streets. I grew up feeling like he loved the block more than he loved his baby. Even though he would always say, "I'm doing this for you, baby," I could tell that he was lying through his teeth. Tears would swell up in my eyes when I see the smiles on my friends' faces from their father's warm embrace when I had to schedule visitation times and dates just to see my father's face, you would think. He much rather change his occupation to something basic just so he can watch his children grow. You think. He much rather catch one of my basketball games instead of catching the latest swerve at the corner store, you would think. He much rather catch one of my most recent events to make up for lost time. And you think I'll believe him when he says he'll be there, but I can look in his eyes and tell that he's lying. His words are as empty as a false Christian's faith without works. They are honestly dead, so I never believe a word he says until his feet walks through the door. I just wanted to be daddy's little girl, nothing less and nothing more. They say a father's supposed to leave behind lessons, and that he did. But if I'm being honest, my father didn't leave behind lessons. A father's supposed to teach their kids. He taught me that lips lie. So I always pay attention to one's actions. He taught me that men will leave, so I mastered the skill of detachment. He taught me how to live without him, although I'm sure that lesson was never intended. He taught me to depend on no one. I guess that's why I'm so overly independent. They say daughters go after men who resemble their fathers, so I guess that's why I stayed in my first relationship so long, holding on to broken pieces because it closely resembled home. I was supposed to cry to my father about my first heartbreak, never thinking he would be the one to break my heart first. Instead of me crying to my father, for me, matters seemed to end up much worse. I found myself crying to my pillow, soaking t-shirts with tears, consoling myself with words and love from my father that I will never hear. But guess what, Daddy? I'm grown now. That wanting to be daddy's little girl is all gone now. I'm done extending the invite to make up for lost time, and I'll be damned if I spend another night crying to my pillow about my father who is present yet absent most of the time.
It's through Michael Jackson and Prince blaring through the stereo at We Cleaned House on Saturday morning. On Sunday, I go to church where I'm told that all men are created equal and God's children. On Monday, I go to school where I learn to crank that Soulja Boy and do the stanky leg. I watch Boys in the Hood, Coach Carter, and Friday, cheering with my friends while we watch Remember the Titans. And then I learn about the torturous past of slave owners and what we call colonization instead of genocide. See, we danced, we clapped, we laughed, but not once did we listen. See, it's no mystery to me that I'm a shade of beige that leaves me privileged. And my people have beaten and stolen everything from every culture. They claim that we live in a melting pot, but we're burning our friends and family of color. See, we historically have taken from the individuals who are creating a culture for themselves because we pack them into a ship like livestock and ship them off to their oppression. And what they're creating for themselves, we are still trying to steal. And pop culture is nothing short of a vulture picking from the bones that have already been beaten to death. We need to wake up, we need to listen, and we need to learn, and we need to stand behind our brothers and sisters because they've been silenced for too long. And I'll be the first to say that I'm guilty of standing and doing nothing, and I'll do this no longer. It's not a race war like they want you to believe. It's not white versus black. It's right versus wrong. Justice versus injustice. Future against failure. But silence and peace has been the status quo. And nothing seems to change. Here's a question I have to ask you. Was the Boston Tea Party peaceful? Was the Civil War peaceful? Has anything that has ever induced progress ever been fucking peaceful? It's time to say fuck peace. I will stand behind my brothers and sisters.
Street poet.
Where will you stand?
Lately, I've been doing some thinking. And I know I'm not the best at math. But I do know 1 + 1 = 2, and a lot of the shit that y'all do just don't make sense to me. So let me get this straight. You'll fuck her, but won't love her. And even with the possibility that you can make her a mother, you lie up being intimate but send sentiments and well wishes when those 2 lines pop up on the stick. So you'll give her a dick but won't send flowers, want her to call you king but won't possess that power. You pretending to be her knight in shining armor to get the panties when in reality you're just a coward. You want her to let you lead, but you have no direction. You want her to be gentle, yet you show no affection. You want her at your beck and call, but getting you to do simple shit at all is out of question. Sis, so you'll lay with him, but won't pray for him. Want him to cater to you, won't fix a plate for him. You want to get dolled up and go on dates, but when his pocket's low, you won't even pay for him. won't give, but usually take from him, want him to be patient, but you won't wait for him. You want him to be a family man, but in yours, you got him feeling like there's no place for him. You want to be called queen, but you don't act like one. You want good times, but you suck out all the fun. You want him to communicate, but when it's time to reciprocate, it seems like you're the one who packs up and run. You want him to open up, and then you tell his business. You want him to be faithful, but you hide in digits. What is this? This just don't make sense to me. See, we just out here swapping bodily fluids like soul ties don't exist. Being negligent with our energies without the thought of wanting to commit. We out here asking for shit that we can't provide. When karma comes, we quick to try to hide it. We doing shit not owning up to our actions. We causing each other pain but want satisfaction, and it just don't make sense to me. It's time I venture to new waters because this dating pool is full of PEC. Our problem is we be wanting to take and take, never wanting to give. Our problem is we be wanting to take and take, never wanting to give, forgetting that a relationship is 50-50 until I can't carry my load and you got to pick up my slack so it's 80-20, or I got to carry some of your weight so it's 40-60. I know I'm mathing right, y'all keep up with me. A relationship is about balance. We supposed to have each other back. So in the areas that I lack, you supposed to pick up my slack. See, the problem is, y'all want y'all partner to give 100% and you sit back and relax, and a real relationship don't work like that.
You'd have thought I woke up that morning and said, you know what? I'm gonna get pregnant today. And it's gonna be by him. This motherfucker thought that he was bubblegum in a dish. How many pieces do you wish? 1, the bus was late. 2, responded to a random text message. 3, time, space, and opportunity. I took the steps. 4, shouldn't have hit the blunt. 5, I was gonna leave before my pussy failed me. 6, my pussy failed me. 7, I was still going to work. 8, I was gonna be late for work. 9, that wasn't the only thing that I was late for. 10, it's a boy. It's a boy. And basically, that's my story, but let him tell it. I was stuck on stupid. Convinced he was the cream of the crop, I set out to ruin his life. This motherfucker thought that he was bubblegum in a dish. How many pieces do you wish? 10. You asked for him and then reneged. 9, 6 months old, the only time that you've seen him outside of pictures. 8, he just turned 9. 7, argue me down about your whereabouts. 6, he doesn't believe that you exist. 5, must be in outer space. His words, not mine. 4, I never knew what wasting the benefit of the doubt was until there was the likes of you. 3, I wasn't gonna waste this lead on you, but I had to get it off my chest. If you knew better, you do better. Wow. 2, you could try, but refuse. And like Ray J, if I had one, it would just be, I wish that nigga would be a father. Wow.
Today I wore my comfy clothes, and baby, I was comfortable. At the risk of sharing too much information, fuck it, I'm comfortable. So comfortable that I affirm that if the transparency of my humanity is too much for someone, then it is them, not me. I recognize that I've been there. I understand that we are all mirrors, and mirrors often require reflection. So I acknowledge that we are then also reflections, and reflections aren't perfect, but neither are humans. I mean, how we be so same, but still so different, and still don't get it? Pointing out each other's flaws with magnifying glasses like we're so different, like we don't all have flaws. Like us showing theirs ain't really showing ours. Them damn mirrors, I mean, them damn reflections. See, reflections hold truth. Truth is often labeled too much. We often call it bitter, say it tastes like anger, regurgitated like a 5-year-old does great cough medicine. Our minds can't handle it, so it won't let our spirits take it in, so we avoid mirrors. Only entering them to forcefully alter the reflection, we paint up our flaws, tell truth to suck it in, smile, say cheese, a picture of perfection, but our eyes always betray us. Perhaps that's why we struggle making eye contact. Too afraid someone might actually see us, too afraid we might actually see ourselves. Them damn mirrors, I mean, them damn reflections. See, I spend too much time trying to find the beauty of my flaws. Was too busy covering them up, making up my blemishes. I know too well what it feels like to girdle up my truth. to contour away my faults. So excuse me if my transparency is too much, because today, oh baby, I'm comfortable. Comfortable enough to admit that I wrote this braless commando in my favorite comfy clothes while 4 braids stuck out on my head all over the place. Real Julio style. Comfortable enough to admit that I had full-on face-to-face conversations with 3 family members like this that day. And they made no mention. And ain't that love? See, I guess what I'm saying is if you love me, you're gonna have to love all of me. And see, some days this mic and this pen and this stage be home. So forgive me if I get too comfortable, but here is safe. This is home, and I'm about to let my spiritual gut out. And I will stand before you emotionally braless, spirit on full-on commando while my flaws stick out all over the place. And I will talk to you, and I will tell you that I see you. I will tell you that I get you. Don't worry, I got you. Get comfortable. You are not too much. You are more than your flaws. You're beautiful with no makeup on. Now look me in my eyes. Don't this feel like home? Don't this feel comfortable?
Lately, I've been praying. I grew up in church. The church is still in me, even though I ain't been in a while on purpose. I've been praying. It's the same prayer that Jenny prayed. Once when she was a child and then again in her adult life. And what I used to laugh at when I was a child, now in my adult life, I find myself saying, applying it to various situations. Dear God, make me a bird so that I can fly far, far away from here. Dear God, make me a bird so that I can fly far, far away from here. All we really knew was that her daddy was a drunk and she was running through a cornfield. All she needed to do was pray, and my young ass laughed. She was trying to get away. It wasn't nothing funny about that, and I understand it more now that I'm grown. We can admit it now. Forrest Gump wasn't your typical love story. Forrest wanted the love. Jenny only thought she knew what it was, searching for it, going through the motions when all along was right up under her nose. Might not have been packaged how she imagined it, and Jenny didn't want to fuck it up, but she knew that she would. And if you've never seen the movie, I just spoiled it for you. He gets the girl after she exhausted all of her options, and it got me to thinking. I was running. I've been running a country mile trying to avoid it like the plague, because it's the most exhausting thing that I've experienced in life. This thing called love can oftentimes be confused with lust, and we end up placing it where it doesn't belong. Placing it where it doesn't belong, but stupid is as stupid does. And life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get, and I got a box of half-eaten pieces of chocolate and run over shoes from all this work. I want to love, but I don't know what I'm doing. Jenny didn't know what she was doing, just what she got into. And Forrest was always there, despite the trees, the drugs she used, the men she chose. She saw it, and it was too late. Got me wondering if I'm too late. If I let Forrest get away, being a bird. But then again, isn't that what I prayed for? Dear God, make me a bird so that I can fly far, far away from here. Dear God, make me a bird so that I can fly far, far away from here. Pray with me, Forrest.
If I could describe y'all with the alphabet, you'd be always allowing ancestors anchored, anchoring, alive, allowed, awesome, astounding, allocating alabaster's box, breaking bounds, binding books before banging beats, creating cryptic crystals, cultivating, conscious, calibrating, collected, cool, calculation, debating, diverse deep deities, dancing, double-dutch divas, distinguished debonair, defenders, destiny's director, exuding excellence, extremely evident evidence, exceeding elements, enchantments, embodiment, effortless effervescence, elevating, expected full force freight, failures, friction, faithful friend, fearless, ferocious, flying free, forever filled, greatness, growing greater goal, yet a gigantic, glorious, godly gifts, gentle giants, great healer, healing, helping, hopeful, hope the haters hurt, having hope, hypocrites here, honest heart, hip-hop hipsters, heavenly haven, hallelujah's holy hymn, penning higher infused in intentional ink, injected investments, inches into inheritance, implied incidents, intellectually intelligent, illustrious innovator, inclusive, jubilant, jumping, justified, joyous, kickstarters, keen, kind, knowledgeable leaders, letting losing liars learn, leaving, leaping like levitating, literally levitating. meditating, learning lessons, loving, long, laughing, lots, lately more meaningful. Maybe magic, moving mountains, miracle making, mysteries, masters, missing motions, melodies, martyr, marinating, manifestation, magnificent, marvelous, mighty motivators, never neglecting neighbors, noteworthy niceness, nifty, nourishing, naturalist, naked, novel, open, optimally operating, optimist, often overstanding optics, oil, olive, pressed, prescient, person, proven, practically perfect, promising, purpose, present, pulling pupils, pilfering, penetrating portals, quickly, quiet, quality, quantifying, quirky, quite ready, resilient, restorative, refreshing, radiating royalty, sweet scented symbol, static, stabilizing, silly, stupendously slaying serpents, sanctums, swift shooting star, taking time to think thoughts that thoroughly tilt towards transformation, tremendous talent, truthful, trustworthy, understanding, underestimated unicorn, useful, unique, universal, utensils, unforgettable, unbreakable, unfiltered, unbothered, utterly vibrant, vibrating, volume, valiant, valorous, victorious vibrations, winning, winner, one, worthwhile, welcome ways, wager warriors, Xenodakio, X-Men, youthful, yielding you, zany, zazzy, zealous, alphabetically.
Everybody say, I remember way back when.
I remember way back when.
I remember when they didn't give a damn. I remember when shit got swept under the rug. We been having to get out the mud. Back in the days when I was young, they didn't tell us Pepperwood Q was a creep. They said he was aggressive, and we rolled with it. But now, he promotes rape culture.
Wow.
WAP is inappropriate. But I remember the first time I got in trouble for singing about corn. Slap on my knob, like corn on the knob. It's a real lie. Simply put, these kids are soft. And I blame all the mixed messages that we received over the decades. I can't keep up with the shit. Do I tell my son that there's no such thing as the Sam calls us tooth fairy? I mean, I could keep telling the tooth fairy is broke. Hell, I don't know. All I know is that he's not supposed to have a care in the world, but I always feel like somebody's watching me. You see, surveillance comes with preconceived notions because he black, in America, born during the prime of Skittles and Arizona teas. Neighborhood vigilante since I was 21. The very first time I stood staring down the barrel of a gun held by the police, and my son is 9 years old, up to my shoulder already. And if you didn't hear him speak, you probably think he's older than he actually appears to be. That terrifies me. I'm constantly looking over my shoulder like somebody is watching me. And if they're providing, praying, protecting, I really can't tell the difference. One day walking home from school, my son told me he didn't want to go up. I forgot how old he was and said why, because you were a Toys R Us kid. And he looked at me strange. But I smiled. But deep down I wanted to shed a thug tear because kids these days would never know. My childhood was the shit, if I be honest. I can remember the times, but I find myself wondering if I can give my son the same ones. It's like I try, but with society's foot is on my neck, all of a sudden, everything is a problem. Kids can't be kids no more, and I always feel like somebody's watching me. Waiting on me to fuck up. But I suck that shit up every morning and swallow the fear. Because you know there is someone watching me. And those eyes are the only eyes that matter. Fuck y'all.
Do you know how it feels to sit in a room filled with greatness and wonder if you deserve to be there? But knowing you deserve to be there, to play Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde with feeling worthy and knowing how worthy you are. Forced to swallow that imposter of a syndrome, to posture up in rooms that seem to swallow you whole. Do you know how many stars make up the galaxy? The Milky Way is said to hold over 100 million stars. So, in the universe, said to hold over 100 billion galaxies, I remind myself of the possibility of my twinkle. That I too can dance in the night sky, and if I can see it as improbable, then how can I not see it as possible? So I audacity my way into rooms, become my insecurities' doppelganger, and I speak anyways. I say hi, I'm Ari Lane. I become back braced to my own self-worth. I stand tall, I stare rejections, possibilities in the eyes until its barrel tunnels me into a new point of view where I become locked finger behind my own destiny's trigger. Shaky hand of nerves is steady, but opposing hands do it anyways. Bang, though. I become the Big Bang. I create my own galaxy of possibilities. I realize this is not a room, it's a universe. Filled with galaxies started by the gravity of self and combustion of all the shit that didn't matter. to create their own possibilities. I'm beginning to think I do belong here. After all, the sun isn't the only star capable of shining. In fact, most stars are bigger, have their own planets, and I bet based on proximity, they could be a little intimidating. So I speak anyways. I twinkle in the universe I have yet to explore. I study the galaxies that fascinate me most, and I keep twinkling, and I keep speaking. Did you know that the Earth's closest star seen by the visible eye is 270,000 times the distance of that between the Earth and the sun? See, I learned that we see the stars and the planets as they were emitted even hours ago, that when we see the sun, we're seeing it as it was 8 minutes ago. But back to that star. Every time we see it, we're seeing it as it was 4 years ago. So I speak to my past self, from my future mindset, from all that I can be, and I say, if you could see the galaxy you are, the uncertainty of this universe wouldn't matter so much. So head up, shoulders back, stand tall. Even if you don't feel worthy, you are. Into this room and speak. Into this universe and create your own galaxy. Norms are discovered every day. So I show up and I speak anyways.
A lot of us have poetry in our hearts, in our minds. Deep poets is what we are. Some of you guys like to listen, and some of you guys like to feel the vibe, the rhythm, the beat. Can I get that beat?
Hey, Rod. Yeah.
Can y'all rock with me on this one?
Yeah, baby.
Now, since this is poetry, I know you guys are used to snapping, but on this one, if you know the song, feel free to clap along as we transform with music. Now, a lot of poetry is rhythm and rhyming, but we're gonna take it to where we are solely vibing. Like when you go out with your boo thing and you take that long walk around the park. Y'all get where I'm coming from? If y'all get what I'm coming from, let me do a black soul. Say yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's take it. You're here, I'm pleased, I really dig your company. Your style, your smile, your peace mentality. Lord, have mercy on me. I was blind, now I can see what a king's supposed to be. Baby, I feel free, so don't go with me. Let's take a long walk around the park after dark. Find a spot for us to spark conversation, verbal elation, stimulation. Share our situation, temptation, education, relaxation, elevation. Maybe we can talk about Revelations 3:17. Your background, it ain't speaking clean shit. Sometimes we all gotta swim upstream. You ain't a saint, we all a sinner. But you put your good foot down to make us all the winner. I respect that, and you're so fat, and you know that love supreme. Then you're humble, and I love your feeling. I can feel everything that you bring. Let's take a long walk around the park after dark. Find a spot for us to spark conversation, relation, stimulation. Share our situation, temptation, education, relaxation, elevation. Maybe we can talk about Surah 3:17. Or maybe we can see a movie, or maybe we can see a play on Saturday. Or maybe we can roll a tree and feel the breeze and listen to a symphony. Or maybe chillin' just me. Or maybe we can take a cruise and listen to the roots. Or maybe eat some fast food. Or maybe ride to the blues. Let's take a long walk around the park after dark. Find a spot for us to spark conversation. Motivation, temptation, elevation, relaxation, elevation. Maybe we can talk about Revelation 3:17. Or maybe we can see a movie, or maybe we can see a play on Saturday. Or maybe we can roll a tree and feel the breeze, or listen to a symphony, or maybe chill and just eat. Or maybe we can take a cruise and listen to the blues, and maybe eat some fast food, and maybe ride to the blues. Or maybe we can just be silent. Come on, let's take a long walk around the park and love out. Find a spot for a smart conversation, burn a relation, stimulation, shut up, situation, temptation, education, relaxation, elevation. Baby, we can talk about simply sangria. Now, as we sit and take this long walk, and I'm not doing it in these hills, so y'all better stop. Something hits my heart, and I see him, and I want to be with him, and I want to tell him how much I love him, how I feel about him. It bothers me not to be able to express it. So I write it down like most poets while sipping my sangria from Simply Sangria. And I'm writing it down, and I said, Lord, I want to tell him, but I can't. Does he find what I've stated? Strumming my pain with his fingers, singing my life with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song, telling my whole life. If you don't sing it, with his words, killing me softly with his song. I felt all flushed with fever embarrassed by the crowd. I felt he found my letter and read each word aloud. I pray that he would finish, but he just kept right on, running my thing with his feet. Fellas, one time, singing my life with his words. Ladies, 2 times, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song, telling my whole life with his words, killing me softly with his song. Now I know all the ladies love this part. Y'all come on, sing it with me. Hey, with his song. Thank you.
Our cadence is off and my mind is too. Trying to make sense of the things we do. If we could go back, are there wrongs that we would make right? Or does that change our composition, putting things in a different light? Does making a change then mean we don't love life now? This is merely supposition. You see, we don't even know how. How to bend time so we can go back in space. How to make sure we re-enter into the same place. For what happens if I left as me but returned as you? Then where would you go? What would you do? Could you put up a fight and claim your life as your own? Or have you been half-assed sitting upon your own throne? Who would even know that you weren't you? What extraordinary things do you even do? Are you an expert lover who can't be replaced? Or will they be surprised with more foreplay and a change of pace? A surgeon, a scientist, winner of the Nobel Prize? It's still your body, we can't change the size. So it's how you use what you got when you get what you want. We're not talking about a safari, we only do one-on-one hunts. You see, the story is now yours, we don't mind telling what you do. When the shoe is on the other foot, we simply wait for the other one to fall too. As we walk through your mind, reliving all the things you've done, we're filled with sadness to feel like you've never loved or been loved by anyone. Not wanted during conception, nor aborted, but given up at birth. Now you're just a number in the system where they've predetermined your worth. Living a childless childhood, you never knew how to be a kid at play. Always with your defenses up, hoping to keep the predators at bay. Yearning for that old age of 18 when you become free. Unaware of all the coming burden and responsibility. From a child to a man, you quickly went. After 18 came 50 and your life was soon spent. You had wives not yours, plus children galore. Stuck on stupid, you were less than a whore. Now the fight was mine, we had to get out. My life is not so bad once we saw what the hell yours was about. You see, we relinquish your crown and give up the throne on which you sit. You're more man than me because you survived that shit. From the outside looking in, we can only guess at what is the matter. Inside looking out, you should actually been a lot madder. You put back on your smile, looking forward to a brighter day, knowing all along this is how your tomorrow will stay. This is not my life. Who knew yours was worse? How do you keep smiling, living under Adam's curse? He blamed her, she blamed him. Next, it was Adam and Steve doing the Adult Swim. That is what it sounds like, so she grabs the Rose or Bob, a battery-operated boyfriend guaranteed to make her thrive. Not my life.
Very good.
Y'all don't clap. I'm on 8 minute time limit and they kick me off. What's being said? How do we share our story and not reveal more than needs be told? How do we hold your attention if we're afraid to reveal our own soul? When we strip away our layers and finally get down to me, we're so afraid of what we find there. There's a multitude to see. Some shrink back in fear when we say Legion is our name. It's an old story about swine, but we are not one and the same. For our many has one source, they all flow from me. The other was spawned by Lucifer, so the difference should be plain to see. Though we both came from heaven above, his legion brings destruction while mine shares love. When I am we, we're only sharing things straight from our heart, using small slices and slivers of our own life, trying to conceal the too intimate parts. But if I am to share with you what's being said, we must show no fear as you peek inside our head. You see, we're better than an open book that no one will read. We're a Pied Piper on your eardrums where we've planted a seed. As we dance across your mind's eye, there's an unknown cadence that begins taking sway. So even when the words make no sense, you still understand what they say. There was a man who went up the hill to find a wife, and they created life, and through the ups and downs, the highs and lows, life caught up with them and they just kept on living. What's being said? You never know when it's your time to go, short or long, right or wrong. While you wait that life's not fair, soon it's not there. What's being said? My life, I don't know. My wife, I don't know. Why strife, I don't know. And afterlife, I don't know. We have to live this life to see if there's another show. What's being said? The clock is clicking, and I don't know where it's at, but this is all I got. She said, tell me you love me. I need to hear it in and out of season. We said if you watched our actions over the years, that's all we screamed out. It's been our main rhyme and reason. How can you hear what you refuse to see when our everyday actions shout out, I love you from me? From the start of your day until you're asleep in our bed, those three words inspire our actions, which speak louder than words is what you said. For it's easy to say, I love you, but much harder to do when people take it away without returning some love to you. They treat love like a commodity, something to be bartered or sold. Love lacking action makes one's heart grow cold. Sometimes what you want isn't what you get, and what I give isn't all you want, but no, it's enough. It's all I got. And don't clap. This is the last piece. I don't know what time it is, but there's a gentleman always requests this one. I initially called it butt funk, but he calls it wet wipes. No, he actually called it baby wipes tonight, but anyway. If you don't know what you're supposed to know, am I wrong if I try to help you do right? This is a personal thing that once you see what I mean, you'll be relieved that we brought it to the light. You see, I learned long ago that we all must go. It's simply a natural function of life. But when you get through, remember the last thing you do is to use that wet wipe for no strife. Now let me make this clear. This is a subject that most people fear, even though we all hope to go at least once a day. When you get through with your doo-doo, let that wet wipe take it all the way. Now the evidence is plain to see left in the seats of those who don't wipe like me. They're called snail tracks and fart sneezes. Now, toilet paper can start the fight, but to really clean your ass off right, wet wipes is the one that pleases. Now, we don't like to backtrack, especially when speaking about a clean crack. Hell, most people just swipe once and think they're through. But we stand before you now sharing the knowledge of how using that wet wipe for a second pass will cleanse you. Now please, realize before I get done, even though this was written in fun, you'll soon look at those sitting around you and begin to wonder, do they use those wet wipes too? Or is he a one swiper and through? Wait until they get up and move around and the aroma will tell you. Now, here's our final plea on this. You'll surely agree. Wet wipes were invented to help us. But if you dry wipe, you must think about the rest of us and don't stop until you see nothing on the paper. Well, my time is through. We hope you can use this gift that I've shared with you. Its wisdom has been passed down through the years. But a wet wipe alone won't alleviate all your fears. You see, if your ass is nasty, dirty, and stanky at the start of your go, then no wet wipe invented will ever staunch the stank of your flow. Wet wipes will not replace a bath that's needed. Thank you.
At my age, I'm sick and tired of working for minimum wage. Seems like my whole life has been a waste. Living check to check, and I'm barely keeping up the pace. I was never good with following rules and regulations. That's why my life has been full of a lot of trials and tribulations. To be realistic, people say I should be happy that I'm not a statistic because there's a lot of black men dead are locked up in some correctional facilities, which is true, but I'm really not living up to my true capabilities. My great grandmother said it's better late than never. And even though you're a late bloomer, you can still be whatever. She also said in life was nobody gonna show me any sympathy, and I can look at my cup being halfway full or being halfway empty. So I need to face it. The first of half of my life has been wasted, and I can't take nothing I did back, but I'm giving a second chance to get my life back on track. When it comes to my life, I just need to face it. When it comes to my life, I just need to face it. When it comes to my past, I just need to erase it and move on with my present so my future don't be wasted. Wasted, y'all. Man, this next poem, next week will be my brother's birthday. He'd have been 46, and he's not here. He's been gone for a while. But tonight, I invited his daughter out, my niece. I'm happy she came, and my sister Cookie. I'm happy she came, and I did tell him that I had a poem I wrote for my brother, you know, and I wanted them to hear it first before I put the book out. And it's called My Little Big Brother. We got different fathers and different mothers, but still, you are my little big brother. We've been down since we met each other. If you see one of us, then you're guaranteed to see the other. I was born first, and you hated it. Every chance you got, you debated it. All because you was bigger. Fuck it, get over it, because you still my nigga. You died though way too quick, and so I'm gone. I will never get over it. So rest in peace, Brandon Johnson, and just know you will never be forgotten. I'll keep one in the air until we're back with each other. I love you, my little big brother. Man, it's funny because tonight when I got here, they asked me to be a judge. I would have did it, but I was like, I couldn't do it because I cheat, biased. I'm biased. And my girl, Garrica, she's the bomb. And in my eyes, she would have won. So I gave it to my wife because she's fair. And she judged it fair. But she did a poem tonight called by her daddy, called Daddy Issues. And it made me think of a poem I wrote for my little girl called Daddy Issues. And it goes like this. My baby girl is spoiled rotten. Anything she asks for, she's gotten. She begs with her big brothers like Bloods and Crips. Sometimes she could be hard as wood, pick her lips. Still, I brighten up her day every time she feels sad. I guess I'm what you call a girl's dad. My day involves picking her up and jumping her off. Yeah, she turned me soft. Sometimes you think she's the boss. I do all this though for one reason. At least until my ass is no longer breathing. I want her to know how she's supposed to be treated. She's a princess. I need her to believe it. Being a black girl, she's gonna have 99 problems under the sun. But daddy issues won't be one. Come on.
Hey, yeah, can't be stuck in my mind. Cause the bills never stop us, so gotta be stuck on the grind. Wait, not pushing the way I be pushing, I'm one of a kind. Need to cop me a rolling and flex on these people, just show I got nothing but time. God, if this is the way that I need to be headed, I'm begging, just show me a sign. Wait, I haven't drank in a week, what a relief. Feel like I need me a bottle to cope with this pain in my sleep. But who do I be? Where do I stand? Stepping on demons and one in advance. Find me a baddie, she's slimming the number. Now texting my phone, like what is the plan? But I don't got time for no hoes. I don't don't got time for no hoes. I don't got time for myself. That is the reason my mind feeling low. I gotta buy me a pole to keep it protected and turn on my foes into ghosts. I gotta show that I'm different, cause now that we dissing, I swear I've been crying the most. I gotta live how I live. Wait, hold on, I gotta give me a crib, I gotta be on my own, that's just the way that it is, stay on my biz, see my beauty within, all over my skin, I be flexing my melanin, and I can't speak of nobody, we all get dead bodies, I'm just exposing my skeletons, can be stuck in my mind, cause the bills never stop us, so gotta be stuck on the grind. Wait, not pushing the way I be pushing, I'm one of a kind, need to cop me a rolling and flex on these people, just show I got nothing but time, God, if this is the way that I need to be headed, I'm begging to show me a sign. Wait, hold on, how did I get to this point? See, I'm not getting the point why these demons are prejudices on that light up a joint. Why these people are fighting, I'm bumping my feelings, the neighbors are sick of the noise. And I'm praying to God I can get back the fam, cause this bottle ain't filling the void. Always employed, stepping like Mario, bro, every move is to get to the coin. She is annoyed, cause I'm not giving affection and playing on her like a toy. Mind of a boy, he's up and give me a blunt, he's stepping on me like a Roy. If I keep working and carry this weight, they gon' see I get big without taking no poison, that talk can be cheap. And I'm trying to get to that big bang. Man, watch how I blow and create me a world. I'm trying to be like the Big Bang. I be cutting them off with a switchblade. I be fooling them niggas like clickbait. Man, I know it was those in the 6th grade. I be giving her wait. No one attraction for cutting. I promise, man, I'm gonna be celibate. Wait, rap for the hell of it. Back on the stage, they gon' see I'm the elephant. I'm in my element. Always stay relevant. Buying the dream from the way that I'm selling it. And I can't handle my thoughts. Sick in my head, so I'm using this beat as my medicine. Stuck in my mouth. But the pills never stopping, so gotta be stuck on the grind. Wait, not pushing the way I be pushing, I'm one of a kind. Need to cop me a rolling and flex on these people to show I got nothing but time. God, if this is the way that I need to be headed, I'm begging, just show me a sign. Wait, hey, God, if this is the way, I'm begging, just show me a sign. Hey, thank you.
I want to start off by saying, I fully expect I'm about to get served. But regardless of what you're expecting, you're going to have to try first. I mean, it's Soul Spotlight. I mean, Black Soul Light. I mean, it's Black Soul's light. The powerful poetess of phonetic persuasion. Versus me, the punk poet's the poet named Popeye. Our differences are more varied than cats and dogs. Or is it Katniss? Did you think that I was PETA and hope that I froze? Was I to be sacrificed on this stage as if I'm Primrose? Well, you know what they say. If you take a shot at the queen, you better not miss. And I'm not mocking Jay. She's a delight. She's a delight. Whenever you're around her, you can't help but see light. She's a phenomenal poet, so I know I can't be light. And she's hungry for the wind like a smoke fiend for a light. So I set the mic ablaze, and with a simple Loomis, I put light to the stage so that we might engage in a battle of our shared passions. We ration out our rationale in short stories so you can tell at the end whose tongue or pen was better. Like it matters. Like you could ever measure us, side by side, our reps and our pride, as if the same system could ever be used to define. You'll use imperial for her, but metric for me, because I seem to be the only thing that everyone else uses, but we don't understand. So when I hit this stage, I have to explode, and I know in OKC, bombs are a touchy subject, especially in a city that hasn't felt an NBA championship's love yet. But I'm going to rollerblade right through that as if I was a supersonic. Because though I am not known for pieces that are laconic, Jay has pieces that are known and iconic. So to beat her, I'd have to be damn near biotic. But don't take my respect for her ability as a lack of value or confidence in mine. Because to do so is to believe that her, eye, or soul would dare waste your time. It is not a crime to believe that someone is your equal and yet acknowledge that in some ways they are better. I have known that I wanted this battle with Jay since the first day that I met her. So Jay, tell your boy Soul to grab his ink pen so y'all can write some more of that Jay-Z and Beyonce shit again. Because as I walk through that Griffin door, I huffle-puff my chest, hoping that a wind might slither in as I Ravenclaw my way to the stage. And as I once again engage, I lift my words from the stage as if it was the final page. Avada Kedavra! And seeing as though you're still here, it's clear that this night is not done. but my poetic inventory has only just begun, and please never let it be said that I didn't try to beat your ass in round one. Like I said, I would have whooped your ass in that round. Alright, one more piece and then I'm going to get out of here so we can get to the feature. This is also the second piece I wrote for my battle with Jay. It's not as targeted towards her, but hopefully it gets her seal of approval. Oh shit, I just saw Queen Sherry's here. Queen Sherry. Why? Alright, this one's called Hypervigilance. Hypervigilance.
Oh, snap.
The persistent feeling of being under threat. Why? Why is it I feel threatened more so when I'm alone than I ever did around you? Like these panic attacks are merely flashbacks of the time I'm sure I'm not remembering correctly. Like I can't let the bad memories in because if I do, they'll win, and in doing so, I fear that you'll forget me. It's upsetting. This illusion of a put-together boy is just broken parts and screws and nuts and bolts summed up to a toy. So if I'm nothing but a toy, why is it I can't feel joy? If that's my purpose, will I ever and forever serve this sentence just with no punctuation? No end just around the river bend, so I send my frustration inward because outward risks damaging the mask. And I've spent too long decorating it with your favorite things for it to be just another broken cast. Molded tightly around my heart, as if what's vital to me could ever be protected from you. As if what's protected from me is everything that's vital to you. I sink faster into faded night terrors, made a casket out of every error I ever swore I'd never make again. So here I sin, in love with the ghost of your memory, just waiting to see if you'll haunt me again. It's not the water taking up the space, or the tightness in my chest that scares me. It's the fact that I won't die till I try to breathe, that I won't fight till I'm about to leave, that I can't lie and say that I'll never grieve. You did the best thing for both of us. You showed me my fatal flaw, which is that I always crave validation. I'll get lost in the sensation of attention. I'll forever wrap myself in beautiful materials just to make your present better. Never mind what I'll become once you have revealed all I have to offer. Because we often throw away things we no longer need and never bother to wonder, once they hit rock bottom, could the landing have been softer? I'm not anxious. I'm not overthinking. I'm not broken. I'm just waiting for the danger level to increase. I'm waiting for the fear in me to cease. I'm waiting for a threat to become a reality so that I can finally rest. Hypervigilance. The persistent feeling of being under threat. Thank you.
Loud and clear. He said he wanted to write a poem but didn't know how to start. And by the time he finished, he had me at a loss for words. Mad because I didn't think of it first. The anticipation of seeing him in his element. I feasted on the potluck like I was reading the feature. Animation jumped off the page and I just didn't want to be a fan no more. I wanted to learn from it. Absorb it. Soak it up. A masterclass, they say. But you know what they say about the grasshopper becoming a sensei? He deserves the seeds. Even if he's not ready to receive the flowers. And he may not be tall in stature, but this motherfucker is a giant. And he's got a friend in me, and I don't care. You can't convince me otherwise. This is a public service announcement to any man, woman, boy, girl, or robot. I'm on your top. You want to get cute? I can get cute. Go from fan, friend, to shooter in less than 6 seconds. Don't play with me. Because then you fucking with me. I'm a fan. Borderline group. Similar to the Beehive I stand. Nicki and Cardi B fans ain't got shit on me when it comes to him at no time. In the past or present. That means never. Have I ever had to be formally introduced to him to know that he was special? Watching from the sidelines is fine with me, and then he blew the whistle. Said he coached and added me to the number, and I went from fan, friend, to shooter. In less than 60 seconds, don't play with me. I'm on your top. He got me. I love him like his family. That's my cousin. Wichita. Put your hands together for my cousin.
A vision of human beauty and purity. Unmatched by anything. You have the beauty's aims contained. I'm stuck in a maze. You are a work of art. As a Picasso himself called the figure. Michelangelo gave you complexion. Einstein taught you life lessons in Mozart. He created a symphony for you to walk to. All of that doesn't compare to how beautiful you are. Your beauty grabs the idea as if life itself was saved for you in this time. Like the rib of Adam was saved for you in this time. Holding all the natural beauties that the world possesses. Your eyes that contain constellations, the light that shines from your heart to your fingertips, tears that caress your cheek, place like fresh waters, your natural springs. Everything my body needs from vitamin D to zinc, iron, and potassium. Your body hears me, and I'm held up in your presence. You call my present, wrapped up in my arms, protected. But still, I'm stuck looking at you from afar. Like a telescope, looking at the moon. Your beauty up close is deadly. So deadly that over time, I'm looking at the image in my sleep. I look to the stars because that is the only thing that contain your beauty, because both created by God, and all in all, you are going to be flawed. I'm intimidated. See, too much of you is prescribed and medicated. This is the doctor that told you, look at your image today, I'm in a hard place. I don't know where to look at your face, or a pretty image of you that's in my phone. I wish I was near you. Make a wish. I wish I was near you. I wish I was the makeup that touched your face. Shout in your eyes. Caress your teeth, touching your lips. I wish I was the belt that was wrapped around your waist. That way I can say I hugged you all day. The shoes in your feet, so that your toes are protected and never subjected. You see, your beauty is beyond me. And you stole my heart. Like candy from a baby.
Like candy.
Easy. You lead me on a journey to find you. See, you smart. And love is art. And I'm gonna hope I reach #1 on your chart, so I said sales. Captain Jack's my lead because the compass will lead me to you. You are my Wendy, and I'm your parent, bro, man. I put childish things away. The only games I play are video games, space, and a domino. So keep in mind, I don't like games. So let this fairy tale be on the same page, same stage. We need to think alike, so I write these on my love. 10 commandments. 1. Communication is key. 2. All I need. 3. I wait to hear you speak. 4. My life is now open door. 5. This is my favorite chapter. 6. And the one after picture in 7. If I die away from you in heaven. 8. You are the win. 9. You don't need a 10. 10. I love your face. Your smile brightens up my day that when you're sad, the world cries. So let me dry your eyes and rock you to sleep. Take away your bad dreams and replace them with images of me, because you make me blush. You got that forbidden stuff, and I want to get close to you. I want to breathe when you breathe. I want to leave when you leave, so allow me to give you this blueprint. I want to give you this gift, because 1 through 10 are about you. The angel God said. And then I'm like, ain't nobody.
Makes me happy, makes me feel this way. Ain't nobody.
Y'all sound so good.
Must be better. Makes me happy, makes me feel this way.
Alright, cool. That was my gumbo. That was nice. That was tasty. That was tasty.
Thank you.
They didn't know what I was talking about. They was like, what you want to do? I'm like, I don't know, Reagan. All right, cool. There's more words. I got like, what, an hour left? Cool. Y'all good, right? Sleeping bags in the car.
These hills coming off. We got an hour, bro.
We don't. We got
I was
like
gonna say
10, 15,
30 minutes for a big girl in here.
10, 15, 20 poems left. It's all right. Let's see where we're going to go now. Me and my villains, we be vibing.
Hey.
Y'all, we be living our best lives in the world. The heroes, we villains, we get a bad rap. We're just normal people with a problem with authority. You see, the heroes, with their abilities, the power they unresponsibly hold, supposed to protect and serve wherever they call. They make grand entrances, real flashy, scream, siren song, melody. See, villain menace, a scourge. They judge book by its cover. They become executioner. It's daylight, dark night, the difference. It never gets old. You see, the heroes will forever be white, seen pure, while black be villainous. Only moving with evil intent, they lock up humans in droves. Heroes say they're fighting for those that can't fight for themselves. They're defenders of the defenseless. But when raised open hands, the palms, they clasp, they clench, down with heroes and their damn sidekicks. Willing to hide the truth in plain sight, they bury the lies. They paint upstanding citizen a villain, unable to clear name. I mean, who cares what you call a dead villain? Villains die every day. You know there's more black death reported than there are black births? At one point in our time, deep in our roots, tribes would celebrate a black birth. They'll be cheerful. They'll feast. Because they know this baby's going to be king, grow strong, breathing, and beautiful. They won't be a villain. Yeah, we got too comfortable believing in heroes. We birth lambs, blindly placing them in sacrifice, hoping to teach them not to be starstruck when they see a hero. We don't have those in our neighborhood. We got patrolling gangs. Wow. Kevlar vests, boys wrapped in blue, with utility belts that hold all the classics. Mace, cuffs, a taser. Shit, it's unused even when it's called for. But they got a grappling gun.
Yes.
No, it's a gun. And it will grapple a soul. It will make a cold, shell, dead villain. Innocent bystander whose complexion labeled them, foreshadowing a possibility that shouldn't be. I mean, they should never have gotten that far. Who knew seeing your heroes in person would be so deadly? Wow. That's good. Again, I got shirts, I got hats. If you want to take me home, you can. Because these products are all touched by me. So it's like, hey, I'm with you in spirit. I also say this too, because I'm weird, I get a best head. Yeah, because I got hats.
I knew you did.
I got hats, so
I knew that.
definitely take me up on that offer. So there's more words. What are you guys feeling? What is something that what are you feeling? What is music? Sorry.
I do like the music, but I don't know. I'm doing everything.
Okay. What are you feeling? Me? Tight.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, that's so nice.
You want to do one about love?
Yeah, we can do one about love.
Let's go. Good luck.
All right, cool.
It's a party.
If y'all want to come in, y'all can. That's tight. This is my rendition of love. I'm 3 steps in. The furthest I've been, I'm quick to befriend. Enemies hidden, my life is a war, and I'm behind enemy lines. Physically, I'm fine, but my mind is in shambles. Like eggs scrambled, heart ripped from flesh, I'm worse than The Walking Dead, because even then my mind won't be gone too. But I'm walking heartless, thinking, how can I hurt you? Mind and spirit trying to make a truce, but a broken heart and bitter flesh will let it come true. I can't feel blue because that bonds us, and I'm locked in bondage, and I'm hostage, and my mind is holding my soul for ransom. And I know this is random, but have you seen the sky today? It's kind of gray. That was better than yesterday because the sky was pitch black, as if it was night all day. It's safe to say I like gray. I'm in a happy medium, living life at medium, high on hopes, weighing pros. I spit sentences that'll heal gashes and holes, but like a genie, a broken heart, I can't fix those. So I unload, I reload, jot down those. I try to catch up and find the flow and replace what you used to be with what I see today, and that's great. But I remember you used to call me Indiana Jones. Leather hat, whip, array of helping hands, bro. I searched in places unseen. I was deep in caves. History was froze, but time still moved. But love is something that I thought I found. I lost my hat trying to save her. She was beyond savings. She was lost from jump. The fall didn't kill her. I wanted to find her. I was emergency rescue. This is the dream I had. I slept the year, continued the daily routine. I was draining my life's force. I was sucked in. I wasn't chasing love. I was chasing attention. We lost ours. No bad intentions. We just grew further apart. You see, lies will do that. Have you ever had a heart beating? Once in sync? When distance grew, it lost its connection, flatline. The feeling was similar to death. We were so far. I built a fence to protect my perimeter as my heart battled, and I swore I'd never let my heart battle again, because war ain't for me, and love ain't war, but I'd be lying if I believed that, like saying I'm not deathly afraid of snakes and dying alone, and I'm alone now, but who knows when my time's up. Hands up, don't rush it, don't look Indiana Jones. Certain caves aren't meant to be searched by man. You don't know what you're gonna rustle loose. My dreams and reality are becoming to be the same. caves once searched, or becoming be women once lost, which makes me wish I never searched certain caves. But I would be lying if I believed that.
Yeah.
Too much black culture. Gluttonous appetite. Bloated belly, bottle truth, it makes them ill, thinking how we black and live in America. We know how you see us. Painted our picture for centuries, more savage than human, these niggas, these animals. They getting too comfortable with these chains. Their Cuban links, those ropes, remind me how we used to tie them together, easier to buy in bulk was Costco before Costco. Sam's, when Sam was just an owner, he had them all. Strong and tall, they work all day long with ease. No need for a breeze, they got built-in AC. See? They icy. With diamond jewels, studded bedazzled noose. Remember, we used to hang these niggas. Who knew they can make such beautiful hanging ornaments and they can sing? Like moonshine. Not bright enough to be a star, but they be lighter than the shadow. Niggas get too comfortable with these chains. They used to shackles with no key. How you think they fit so well in jail? They be cage feast. But they be fly though. They be Icarus not learning a lesson. They be casting sharp. That's the only way they know they can be free. But I want to be free while breathing, so America, fuck the chain. I'm just vibing. That's cool with y'all?
Hey.
Alright, so I also want to test one.
Hey.
All right.
I want to test one. Let's
Test
test
one. All right, go ahead. Test one. Go ahead.
On this planet, we suffer through many trying times.
Yep.
And in Kansas City alone, it's hell on earth.
Well,
We call them seasons. And I don't worry about what I have no control over. But I do find joy in the days to come, because what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
maybe.
So, to the person or persons that added to the 4 seasons, winter, spring, summer, and fall, I want to thank you. Thank you for coming up with sundress season. Yeah, it's a time when less is more and heaven is on earth. As blessed wingless angels with halos walk freely. It's sexy, it's classy, you know, that's just a little bit of shoulder. Just a little bit of shoulder. Oh, I forgot it. It's brand new, y'all. It's brand new. I actually want to give y'all the whole. I want to give y'all the whole thing. Is that cool?
Let's go.
I usually don't, but I want to. On this planet, we suffer through many trying times. Hell on earth, we call them seasons. And I'm not picky. I deal with what I'm dealt. What control do I have? I personally find joy in the things that bring worry. Because good days will come, and what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So to the person or persons that added to the 4 seasons, winter, spring, summer, and fall, I thank you for coming up with sundress season. The time when less is more and heaven is on earth, as blessed wingless angels walk freely, donning halos, leaving imagination to the imagination, while still being sexy. It's classy. That's just a little bit of shoulder. You don't need me to approve, but damn, you look good. How you make that armor fashionable, claim your power, the power of grabbing man's attention. Make them float like Looney Tunes, attracted by the visual. Able to part seas of humans and eyes like waves on both sides watching. Moses ain't got nothing on you in a sundress. But no disrespect, there are more blessings to be remembered. Leaping crowds in a single bound. It's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's a woman in a sundress. I know you're curvy, you don't need me to tell you, it shows. And I don't mean to stare, but this is the first time I've seen a masterpiece that moves and dances with the wind. Because when the wind gusts and the sundress flips, an angel gets its wings. Along with the halo, you see, I'm jealous of the wind as it traces your frame. Silhouetted gift wrapped in a sundress, blessed beyond measure. Once the winter is said and done, I have something to look forward to. I don't need a Groundhog Day to let me know the heat is coming. You know, sundress season comes with the trailer. Coming soon. Summer body buildup. There's a buildup. It's never when it's as soon as the sun comes out. Give it a few weeks, a month, but a change will come. And respectfully, praise be to the sundress. 100% cotton or even poly blend is accenting well with your complexion. You see, sundress season. I hate to see you leave, but I do enjoy to love this. I do enjoy to see her walk away. All right, cool. One more, and my mom always told me, end it with something nasty. She never said that. She never said that. Ever, at all. Period. So, but.
I was gonna tell.
Let her know. Alright, here we go. End it with something with a bang. I'm gonna play around with it. Is that cool with y'all?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Tight. She tastes like good memories.
She do what?
She tastes like good memories.
Okay. Oh.
Like the ones that make you smile at the thought. She tastes like a good choice. Like hours of contemplation on how to consume, not eat to survive, but eat for pleasure. This time it's okay if you play with your food. She tastes like my favorite meal. I mean she is. Legs grow like roots. Let's grow the joint, legs hold forbidden fruit. She tastes like forbidden fruit. More like passion. That's a fancy fruit. She fancy too. She good like juice. She tastes like summer days. Feel the summer breeze. Days time she be just what you need. See, she pool ready. Soap game crazy. She tastes like ice water. Pure. High quality H2O. She tasted like the past. Cause she left. Only memories of her linger on my lips. I remember sweet candy kisses, followed by lappy tappy tongue, French. We knew other languages with lips locked, and there was no need to speak. I could taste her thoughts. Her mind was complex, not simple. There was a novel under her cover, and this book was too hard to judge. See, she was more than a meal. She was a dining experience, and I'm insatiable. My appetite is high. I'm not easily satisfied. See, I can fuck and do it well for hours and hours. I mean, round after round. Energizer. I keep going and going. In this year of the bunny, I'm dropping the best D. That's battery. Hands down, Scout's honor, and I ain't never been a scout. See, I don't lie. In any color, I write truth. I'll make you come from the tongue, give you lashing. Shaking waist and knees, providing wants and needs while you sink in memory foam wrapped in satin sheets. I got your attention.
She was supposed to say repeat.
Wrapped in satin sheets. But she don't know I'll be good for her body. I'll be the healthy fix when you can't quickly fiending for another hit. I've been known to drop the D. It's pulsating pelvic pounding postal service provided. Rain, sleet, or snow. Postal service. Rain, sleet, or snow. Milkman delivery. I'm good in the morning. Drop the D. It's not silent. I can still hear her scream. Moonlight melody bedroom concert on Mattress C stage. We fuck like time doesn't exist. Like she ain't gotta be at work at 6. It's my off day. Locked door barricade. We'll play hostage negotiations. I mean, how many times was she released until she was released? Tied up a handcuff. You see, nobody was harmed in this bed. Another noun took the punishment. Noun is a person, place, a thing. The bed took punishment. It was a land of misfit pleasure and laughter. It said that laughing was the same muscles as an orgasm. So we laugh all night. Watch the sun rise and back at it again. I'm trying to crack your back. She named me Doctor, I'll be adjusting shit.
Yeah.
Tongue tied, clippery strapping, French kissing the part of you the sun doesn't touch. I follow the song. I lick from the back to the front. I'll suck you dry. I want to fuck you like I got a problem. And your non-moving, breathing heavy body is the only solution. Only using the division of legs. I'm gonna see what's greater than. Y'all, I'm trying to break my shoes fucking you. Yeah, I'm trying to break my shoes fucking you. But it's actually a true story. For real, I literally broke a pair of shoes once. The balls of my feet, they split. But I fucked through it. How? I was like, it's a snap. But I fucked through it, y'all. I was using it as leverage. I was searching for a spot to make her see God. In other words, I was trying to give her out-of-body experience to watch herself in ecstasy. We fucked like it's our last time. Like it's our last ride. Leaving scorch marks on the sheets, dousing the flames out with the storm we create. We were dripping sweat. And it was coming from a body of a goddess that should have been a statue. Not idolized or praised. See, I was honored. Y'all, something so perfect accepted my gift. She swallowed it whole. She swallowed it whole.
Tell me more.
She swallowed it whole, and I just wanted to make her come, like repeatedly, to the point she was gonna need medical attention, a Gatorade, and an energy shot, because I took that much from her. I'm trying to give her an energy shock. It's true. Opposites attract. See, I was made specifically to please you. I'm the center of your pleasure center. There are no equals. My words will trinkle in your ear, roll down your spine. Your legs will get weak. I'm in your mind. These pictures ain't got 1,000 words. Now they just Joseph present actions forever in bed while we in bed, and it's 10. You hear vibrations. That's not me. No, the phone, it rings. Tiny taps makes music unwanted. You moan, sing along, and I love your tune, and I want you to be a part of my diet that I need daily. You're sweet like fresh water. It is okay if I drown. I will adapt. Your current isn't strong enough for my stroke. I was trained by the best. Humorous. Fused with you, I got wings. You an untapped resource of pure pleasure. My face is a landing pad as you make your descent leg spread coming back to earth. I just want to make you come. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Hypocrisy.
You make me happy. This you can make. You stay right beside me, and I won't forget. I really love you. You should know. I wanna make sure I'm right before I let go. Yeah, no, we have a good time that we can take. We hurting each other, and I won't forget. And I won't be foolish, no. I want to know. I wanna make sure I'm right before I let go. Now I know y'all know this part. Sing it with me. You know I thank God sometimes as it shines on you. You know there's nothing I will not do. Before I let you Y'all go ahead and jam that. Do you like what you hear? Like I said, we are Phoenix and the Athletics. Find us. Search for us. We out here, y'all. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming out. I'm about to go home and work on the summer body build that he was talking about. If anybody does Uber, my husband is here and he said that and I'm gonna need a ride home. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate you and have a wonderful evening.